Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Mindful UK podcast. It's Maya, as you guys already know. So, today I'm going to talk about my week last week because even though I'm doing this podcast, I don't want you guys to think that I'm some kind of mental health pro and that I've got it all together because I definitely do not. I definitely have down days, definitely have down periods, and last week was one of them. So, I just want to talk about it. So last week it started off with the twitches. I told you guys like how I am with my twitches. They all mean different things and whatever, but this one was my finger. My index finger just started twitching randomly. So I knew, okay, I'm a little bit stressed. Something's going on right now. But I didn't really look into it, and that's my problem. A lot of the times I know something's wrong and I just don't look into it. I just ignore it and I continue doing the same behaviors that are hindering me. So I had a writing deadline I needed to meet. Did I meet it? No. I knew I wanted to go to the gym. Did I go gym? No. Even though I wasn't going gym, I said, all right, I'm going to eat healthy at least. Did I eat healthy? No. There was just a load of things that I said I was going to do that I just wasn't doing. And part of accepting your mental health issues is being having self-awareness and taking accountability. And I take accountability to the fact that I can be lazy, and a lot of the time I don't do things to help myself. So I had a dream last week which was very weird. I was in my kitchen, I was just chilling, no one else was there, it was literally just me, and there was a rat on the floor. And I was like, what the hell? I went to go and like get rid of the rat. And then another one came out. And another one, yeah. And there were just loads of rats. Like when I saw it, it was like a swarm. Like the floor was filled with rats, and I was just trying to get rid of all of them. Like instead of running away from the rats, I was just trying to get them all out of the kitchen. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, what kind of weird dream is that? Like no narrative, no nothing, just a quick like 2-minute dream. And I said, no, I'm gonna go and look up the meaning of this dream. Like, what does it mean? And it said on Google that it meant like I was tackling too many things at once. I had too many things going on and I basically didn't know where to begin. And that's exactly how it was for me last week. I had so many things going on, and instead of beginning, I just procrastinated the whole time. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, my form of escapism when I'm stressed or just like overwhelmed is to go to sleep. I'm naturally a sleepy person. Like anyone in my family, anyone who knows me well enough is going to tell you Maya is going to sleep. Um, Even when I was a child, like I remember my mum says to me, like there were times where she thought I had like cot death or like I passed away in my sleep or something because I would sleep for so long. I mean, I feel like that's every parent's dream, but sometimes it gets a bit scary when the kids oversleeping. Anyway, I'm still the same, sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. But when I get stressed, I'll sleep 10 times more. Like, as in, I can sleep for 12 hours straight. But it was just mad to me that when I was using sleep as escapism, my stresses still found their way into my dream. So I woke up and that was kind of like my wake up call, like, no, Maya, you really need to fix up kind of thing. So I started doing little things to help myself. But back to the dreams. It's actually very interesting when I did a bit more research into it because the part of our brain that dreams is the same part of our brain that regulates our emotions. And I actually didn't know that. So some people don't actually look into their dreams and what they might mean when really that same part of our brain is what regulates our emotions. So if you do have a dream that's a little bit weird, you might want to actually Google it. It's not, some people are like, oh, that's a spiritual kind of thing or whatever. But our dreams genuinely do have meanings. And I've started like a dream journal where I'll put my dreams down and kind of see what the meaning is. And it really does help me because a lot of the time we push our feelings to the back of our head, like we ignore them, but our dreams kind of like a way of bringing it back forward. Like it's like our subconscious talking to us in a way. Very, very weird, but also very, very cool. So yeah, I kind of used that dream was gave me the ability to recognize like my art, you need to fix up, you need to start doing things to help yourself. But it wasn't a thing where I just got up and everything was, life was just normal straight away. um I My first step to making things better was getting dressed. So you see, some days you just can't be asked when you're just at home and you just can't be bothered. My first step is get up and go in the shower. Instead of getting up, being in my PJs and going downstairs, eating in my PJs, lounging around the house, procrastinating, going upstairs at about 2 o'clock, then getting ready, I would get up and get in the shower straight away, be dressed, and get myself like presentable and ready to go about my day. And that small little step really does help me in being productive. um Going to the gym, like, I don't know what this barrier is that I'm facing right now, because this whole year I've actually been very consistent with going to the gym. Like, I've been banging gym. Anyone who knows me knows, like, come on, give me my credit. I've been doing well. But half term came, because I work in a primary school part time as a tutor. Half time came, I mean, oh my god, my brain. Half term came and I just saw it as a holiday. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I fell out of my routine. Um, so yeah, it's like, after that half term, I stopped going to the gym, and I haven't actually been back since. I think I've been gym about 3 times. Yeah, I've literally been gym about 3 times in the past month. Look at me saying this with chest on big YouTube, but this is a learning curve. You know what I mean? I'm going to do better, and that's part of self awareness. I'm aware of what I've done. I'm gonna do better. Um, so yeah, like with the gym, I couldn't be bothered to go to the gym, but what I learned in my cognitive behavior therapy is baby steps. So, okay, Maya, you're not going to the gym, but instead of that, why don't you go on a walk? And that's what I did instead. So on the days where I feel like, working out, I feel like doing something, but I don't necessarily feel like having that whole push, I just go for like an hour's walk, and I'll burn a whole load of calories, and I feel good about myself. Um, so yeah, little things like that really have been helping me. And then in terms of the dreams as well, when you think of dreams, I actually haven't had a nightmare in a very, very long time. And it's because I got the ability in lockdown to lucid dream. So I don't know about you guys, but I hate having nightmares. Like, when you wake up and you've got cold sweats, and especially when you're in a bad mental state as well, it can really bring out the nightmares 10 times more. I know some people have sleep paralysis a lot more as well when they're not feeling good mentally. And lucid dreaming, you might know what's his name song, rest in peace to him. What's his name? Juice WRLD's song Lucid Dreams. That's the first time I actually heard lucid dreams and thought, what's that? And looked it up and stuff. And I didn't actually like teach myself how to lucid dream. It kind of just happened one day. And I think it's through my hatred of nightmares. Like, I really hate having nightmares. My nightmares are always centered around like death and people close to me dying and stuff. And I don't like that. I find myself waking up crying when that happens as well. So anyway, I've recently started lucid dreaming, which is basically like, when I'm having a dream and it's not going the way that I want it to, I just switch the narrative and turn it into something else. And it's something that I think I've been able to do the more that I journal my dreams. And I've emphasized so many times to my friends, family, and I'm emphasizing to you guys now, when you're in a bad mental state, I know it can be so hard to do anything, even like just getting up to brush your teeth. It can be so hard, but journaling is something that I love, because it's something you can keep by your bedside table or just wherever. Keep it next to you, have a pen next to you, and anytime you have a thought, feeling, a weird dream or something, just write that down, because that ability to go back to that journal and just reflect on those thoughts you previously had is absolutely amazing. And what people don't talk about enough with mental health as well is that it can cause a lot of memory loss. Say you go through something that's traumatic, or you had a feeling you really didn't like. A lot of the time, the next day, you can actually completely forget like what caused that feeling, where it came from, and you forgetting makes you susceptible to that happening to you again. So what I like to do is write down exactly what I'm feeling, what's caused it, even if I don't understand it. By then looking at my journal the next day, or not even the next day, actually, I wouldn't say the next day, the next week or the next month, you can then look back and be like, oh, that's why I felt that way, and that's why this happened, and la la la. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of like breaking down tasks really does help me. Doing that in my journal really does help me. Um, so yeah, also realized that procrastination is just, it's gonna be the death of me. And I don't know about you guys, but for me it's TikTok. Like, anytime I'm struggling, or I don't want to do something, my first thing is to get my phone and go on TikTok. And TikTok, no one's talking about how addictive this app is, it's very, very addictive. And I just saw on BBC News today that is it Minnesota? No, it's Montana. The US state of Montana has actually banned TikTok. Not for attention span stuff, more because they think China's using it to spy on us. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But for me, on the attention side of things, it's really, really difficult to focus with with TikTok for me personally. And people don't talk about it enough. I mean, I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite because this this podcast is definitely going to be posted on TikTok. But you know, this is something that's going to benefit. But if you're someone like me who doesn't know moderation, and I can admit I genuinely don't know moderation, I've even set a you know the screen time thing on my phone? I've even set a 1 hour cap on my TikTok, and I reach it every single day. Like honestly, I reach it every single day, and it will sometimes tell you like you're about to reach it, and I have that awareness. Okay, I'm about to reach my limit. Maybe I should stop now, and I still end up back on it. And then that notification comes up, and it says you've used all of your screen time today. Let me have an extra 15 minutes, let me have an extra hour, or cancel it for the day. Me, I'm always canceling it for the day. I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna keep scrolling. And it's toxic. I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very toxic. So what I would say to that is I don't actually have advice to help it, but recognizing it is the first step. I'm at step number one. I recognize I have a problem and now I need to do something about it. So yeah, um procrastination and laziness, I realize, tend to get like merged in a way. So a lot of the time I beat myself up, and other people can beat you up too. Like when you procrastinate a lot or you're just laying around in bed, people think, oh, this person's so lazy and da 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 da. But the relation between procrastination and mental health is actually very, very, very strong. And I think that's a very common misconception. When you mentally feel like something is too draining, or some, for me a lot of the time it's avoidance of tasks, like especially with my writing. I don't know about other creatives, yeah. I know my abilities as a writer. I know that I'm a good writer, but sometimes like it takes so much in my brain to actually sit down and start writing, especially when I have so many other things going on. So instead, I will procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate. And it's like it becomes difficult. Something that's usually so easy for me becomes difficult just because of my mental state, and then it makes it look like, oh, Maya doesn't want to do anything and la da 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 da, when really I do. So yeah, I don't know what what's really helped me the most. I would say it's probably been journaling again, and also speaking to people. So one thing about me that benefits my mental health, like I'm very vocal. I mean, I wouldn't have this podcast if I wasn't vocal, you know what I mean? And um I think with being vocal, you don't have to expose everything about your life. Like so many people, like you guys are cute because so many of you have reached out to me to be like, oh my god, Maya, I can't believe you're doing this, and I would never do it and all this kind of stuff. And I completely get why people would say they'd never do it, but you don't have to expose all your business when you're talking to someone, you know. Like you can literally just say, I'm not feeling it, or I'm not feeling good, can I have some time, or la da 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 da. But just letting people aware that mentally you need a break. And it's so much more freeing when you let it out. Like I feel like, you see, when I spoke in episode 1 about the time when I was bottling it up and I wasn't telling anybody about it, that was the worst time of my life. It felt like how do I describe it? It's kind of like the logo, you know, in a way. Like my mind wasn't full, it was empty. It was so empty. And it was like the more that I spoke to people, the more my mind kept like filling up. Like I just felt more at ease. I felt like there was a weight lifted off my shoulders as well. And I think that's like, that's so important in life. Um, so yeah, guys, really this is just a short episode for me to talk to you about myself and like, yeah, the week that I've had, because I don't want you guys thinking that I'm some kind of mental health pro. I'm learning with you guys just as much as you're learning with me. And I think doing my research into why I'm feeling these kind of ways helps. And again, you guys messaging me after episode 1 has really been so nice, because seeing how many people are going through the exact same thing is crazy, especially twitching. Yeah, it's something that I'm going to talk about a lot, but twitching is something that you don't really see as a symptom of anxiety. Like when you go and look on Google or wherever, you wouldn't see twitching as much, and I didn't know until I went to the doctor. But I actually had multiple people message me and say they've been going through the same thing, the twitching, and it's just like you feel less alone. I'm like, I'm not alone, and you guys aren't alone too. Like, I'm really like, we're all talking about it, and yeah, it's just amazing. I've got my tea, by the way. Love a good old tea. And that's one thing that I wanted to mention as well. You see, tea, everybody underestimates the benefits of tea. Yeah, I know it sounds like it's some kind of magic potion when I say chamomile tea is gonna calm you down, but chamomile tea is gonna calm you down. Like, try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a flower, and there's another kind of flower that everybody likes, and they say it calms them down. So why is it when it comes to tea, you think it's not gonna calm you down? So yeah, I've always got tea on deck. Definitely recommend that to you guys. But yeah, basically, guys, what the the premise of this whole podcast is to just let you know that your dreams are important and they are relevant. And I would say definitely Google your dreams. Definitely look up, see what could be happening with me subconsciously. What am I trying to tell myself? It's your own way of like messaging yourself, kind of your subconscious being like, listen to me. You know what I mean? And I am listening to myself now, and the fact that I've even made it here to record is an achievement in itself, because you see last week the way I was so burnt out, I don't think I didn't even have a social battery. And just doing a podcast, you need a social battery in order to do it. So yeah, we're all going to have up and down days, and the whole point of this is to kind of show um everyone's going through it. And I think social media, and I was having this conversation with someone like last week about social media and how it was actually made to bring us all together and unite all of us. It was a means of communication, but Instagram specifically has turned into like somewhere where like everyone's being a bit bougie and just showing like the best parts of their life. You know what I mean? Like everyone's making out like they're just like living life and everyone's all happy. But nah, we're all going through it, man. We're all human. Well, everything we're feeling is completely normal. And if I'm the first to be out here saying, yeah, last week I did F all, then let me be the first one to say it. Because, yeah, you just got to be open, man. You got to be open. We have these days, but we got to bounce back. So yeah, guys, I hope you're all good. I hope your mind is full. Last week my mind was half empty. Now it is half full. We're getting to the full point. But thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again with another episode real soon. So yeah, bye guys.